a lot of different ways to define success, and everyone's should have their own definition. It could be time with family. It can be how you feel, maximizing your potential. It can be giving back. In my opinion, it can also be physical things. I've got a buddy that he enjoys collecting cars, and he likes working on the cars. He enjoys getting performance out of the cars. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I think there's a bad stigma with you shouldn't attach yourself to physical things, but I think it's okay. It doesn't fulfill him, but it makes him happy. So the key is don't do things for other people's opinions, right? That's an empty hole. I've found that business gets me excited. So I want to dive into 4 stages here of what I've found. What I found to be the stages of reaching your potential in business. So the first one, and this is not in any type of order, but as Chris was talking about, fundamentals, which I think we need to. This phase can be repeated, right? It's ongoing. It can be at any point in time. So first thing is new habits. What you're doing now will give you the results that you're currently getting. So you have to change your habits to get different results. I saw an Instagram reel, which we all know everything on Instagram is true. I saw a reel that, who's seen the movie Limitless? Anybody? With Bradley Cooper. The reel was, what was the first thing Bradley Cooper did in the movie before he took the magic pill? Does anybody know? No? Yep, cleaned his house, right? He took it back to the basics. And I think that's, like, I just saw that last week. I was like, that's actually powerful, right? Just cleaning, just going back to the basics. I've heard making your bed in the morning, right? Just get back to the basics. But when you're trying to create new habits, and I've done this without knowing I did it, I just clean my desk, right? And then I feel kind of polished. Going back and forth here. Belief. Belief may be the most important one. And Chris spoke about this. I played sports growing up. Basketball, obviously Chris said something, I played basketball. I'll tell you a story. It was my junior year in high school. I was 8th or 9th man on the team, and I was at small school, Division IV school in Ohio, which is a small size school in Ohio. And I was a junior, 8th, 9th man on the varsity. Wasn't getting any playing time. So I went to the JV coach, who I had a good relationship with. I was like, listen, I just want to play. I knew that I needed reps and I needed confidence, because I had no belief, I had no confidence in myself whatsoever. I had some skills there. The skills were enough to play varsity, but the belief in myself was not there. So as a junior, I played junior varsity, which is kind of unheard of. I did learn a lot of lessons. I learned how to be a leader, because I was the guy, right? I'm a junior playing with freshmen and sophomores. I learned I had to work harder. At this point in time, I'm like, oh shit, like I may not even play varsity next year. I may not even play. So I knew I had to put extra reps in. Fast forward, it was probably it was a great turning point in my life. Maybe one of the best ones. And senior year, I ended up starting varsity, but there was still something missing. I averaged 3 points a game, which is like, I probably shouldn't be starting. But I was out there to not make a mistake, right? My skills were good enough to start, but I was out there not competing. I was out there not to make a mistake. So anytime I shot, I'm like, oh crap, hopefully I don't miss this. I wasn't even thinking about making it. I was like, I hope I don't miss this, because coach is gonna pull me. So there's belief is a huge thing to me. And Chris talked about visualization. That's one way. We'll fast forward a little bit. I don't want this story to be too long, but I ended up playing in college. I was a walk-on, but come my junior year, I did start seeing some minutes in college. And I look back, and there were 2 main reasons. One, I just kept putting reps in. The other one was I actually had external belief put into me from roommates that I had, who I thought were better than me. They both played football, but I thought they were better than me at basketball, but they're pumping me up. And actually, I don't think I've ever told them this, they actually probably pushed me further with my belief than anything I did myself. So this community, right? Lean on people, feed each other. We tend to overcomplicate things because of our fears. We overeducate, we take no action, we take bad action, distractions. I think included in this is false beliefs about money, right? We all hear money doesn't grow on trees, money's dirty, people with money are bad people, they're snobs. My wife said that when we moved a couple years ago. Like, these are all things that we were kind of put in our head that it's not true. I think it does make you more of who you really are, which everyone in this room, you're probably a better person because of it. We all have, related to that, we all have a financial thermometer, right? So I remember the last job that I had in outside sales, I was there, I think 11 years. So back 2008, I started. I remember thinking, you know what? If I make 6 figures, I've made it financially, right? Because I saw the people that I knew, which were mainly my dad's friends that made 6 figures. I'm like, oh, they've made it. So it's amazing that my financial thermometer was 6 figures, like 100,000. For 2 or 3, actually it was like 4 or 5 years, I was stuck at that number. Until I started getting into real estate investing and learning from others, I'm like, there's so much more out there, I can do more. And it's amazing how fast, just surrounding myself with different information, that I was able to explode my income through that job.